Hey guys, it's Lizzie. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I know so many of you will be watching this after it is up, so make sure to click the bell button next. Oh my gosh! Sorry, I have my laptop over here. It was about to fall off. Make sure to click the bell button next to the subscribe button and turn on notifications because the YouTube algorithm hates me, and so it's really important to have notifications on. Hi Dean, what do you mean chill? Do you mean like calm down? I've been manic this entire week, so I'm definitely not calmed down, and I will not be calm in this video. I actually have coffee here because I'm going to film another video after this video. Oh, I'm also really high energy. I just filmed my Enneagram video, which is a complete scam because I got all of the numbers. It didn't even give me a result. So that's a prelude to the next video going up. So I just filmed for like 40 minutes. So I'm very like high energy and Lizzie mode. So yeah, and I'm finally eating dinner too, so that's nice. Hi Fatima, hi Alexander, hi Weird Stuff, hi Melby, hi Donovan, hi Alyssa, hi Andy, hi Dean. You need to calm down, and me just now. I'm on a sugar rush, Alexander. Hello, Russian Orthodox saying hi. Hi, in my 2 videos ago, I was reading Sergius Bulgakov, this Russian Orthodox scholar. And I'm also reading this other book by a Russian Orthodox scholar too. I'll show you. Trevor got me this book at the beginning of our relationship. And I only got to page 100 and there's like 250 pages. So I thought I would finally go back and finish reading it, Alexander Shmemin. So the problem is like, so when I read, I annotate like a lot and I think about everything like so in depth. So it takes me forever to read books because I'm like reading and then I underline every single word but in a different color. So it takes forever. But yeah, Russian Orthodox scholars are legit. Okay. Hello from Downey, California. Hello from Los Angeles, California. Are you excited for Halloween? Oh my gosh, I hate Halloween. We can talk about that. Good evening from Argentina. Hi everybody, hi English, hi Melissa, hi The World is Beautiful 9. Hola, buenos noches. Coffee at night, dang. Okay, I'm on the West Coast, so it's a lot earlier than wherever you are. And I'm gonna do work after this too. Because I can set my own hours, I usually start working around like 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then I stay up until midnight working, so I'm always on like a later schedule, which is why my videos are always up so late and my streams are so late. Hello from Antarctica. Just kidding. What is your favorite form of prayer? I really like just impromptu talking to God. So just being like, hey God, today I went through this. I'm really, really hurting from this. Can you help this friend become a Christian? Why is this hurting me? Can you help me learn how to be more this? You know, just like talking to him and talking about myself and asking him for things. So not that sounds really bad, like my favorite prayer is asking him for things, but like to do things in other people or in me, because I think that's the most important part of Christianity. It's supposed to change you and change your actions, and God's supposed to become infused into your entire identity. And so I think prayer should be very, very action oriented. At least it is for me. Hi Chris, you're gorgeous, nice eyes and smile. Do you guys like my makeup today? This is my eyeshadow look. Hi pretty Terrell. Like the video. Oh my gosh, yeah, thumbs up the video. It really helps me with the algorithm. Let's, throughout the stream, get this to 300 likes throughout the entire stream. A lot of people come and go while it's live streaming. It actually shows me at the end. I think the funniest thing at the end of a live stream, it shows you how many hours have been wasted by people watching the stream, and it's like days. So it's like 6 days were lost by people watching the stream. That's the amount of productivity time that was lost. I think it's hilarious. So I have some kale today. I have brown rice and kale and avocado and ooh, garbanzo beans, chickpeas, and then cherry tomatoes too. So I'm excited to eat. Hi there, greetings from Iceland. You are so full of life, that's awesome. Good points, keep it up. You are right on. Agree with everything. Great spirit. Oh my gosh, you guys are being so affirming. It's so nice. Sometimes, like on Twitter especially, people can be so mean and negative. And then, like, when I'm on my Facebook fan page or Instagram or here, you guys are so uplifting and kind. Or when I read my YouTube comments. So it's really just Twitter. People on Twitter are like, they complain a lot and then they're attacking people. And I'm just like, when I'm on Twitter, I just want to be happy and share happy things and like be encouraging to people. And then some people are just like complaining about the world. And I don't understand that because I'm happy all the time unless something like horrendous is happening in the world. Like if I'm focusing on some huge injustice. But most of the time, I think we're just supposed to be upbeat, do the work God's put in front of us, love other people in our lives. And like Ecclesiastes says, eat, drink, and be merry. If there are good things happening in your life, you should celebrate it and enjoy life. So God's given us this life as a gift. So we should enjoy work, enjoy the people in our life, and do everything without complaining or arguing is what St. Paul dares us to do. I thought Twitter was dead. I didn't know people were still doing Twitter until a few months ago. You are so inspiring. I love your videos. Enjoy. Hi, Madison. Ooh, keep up the good work. You are doing good work. You were so pretty in your priestly celibacy video. Oh, thank you so much. I love makeup so much. And unfortunately, as I've gotten older, I've been less into makeup just because I'm not going to school or going to class every day. I just work from home. So it's so nice getting to dress up and care a lot about how I look and do makeup for YouTube. It's so fun. And I hate so much when guys are like, girls, like, you don't need to wear makeup, like, be natural. Like, I'm natural a lot, but I like makeup too. Like, most of the time, I see myself natural, right? Especially, like, you wake up, you shower, you're going to bed, like, you see your normal face, but then when you're out, you like your makeup face, so. Sometimes, though, if I'm filming multiple times in a day, I actually miss my face. Like, I see my bare face, and I'm like, I missed her so much, because it, like, could look completely different when it's, like, winged liner and false lashes and everything, so, yeah. Let's read the comments. Oh, why do you hate Halloween? You don't strike me as someone who doesn't like Halloween. So, my family growing up just wasn't into Halloween. My family is so weird. Like, we don't watch TV, we don't watch movies. We, like, at family holidays, like, my immediate family, like my sister and my parents, will, like, gather together to eat dinner and then, like, go off into our own rooms and work on different projects. And we also don't watch TV or movies, and we just don't really vibe with American culture at all. So I feel like kind of misunderstood in life because I'm not very American, even though I grew up in America. I don't know a lot of cultural references. So I feel like we grew up in Christian culture, but then my Christian culture in Churches of Christ was like one corner of Christianity. So I felt really understood by like Church of Christ people in youth group and stuff and in college because I went to a Church of Christ college. But now that I'm Catholic, I feel not understood again because there are a lot of Catholic converts who grew up Church of Christ, but I feel like it was like the big part of my identity. So yeah, Halloween is an American thing. And I don't know, like growing up, we went to like, I never went to like alcohol parties in high school is what you call them. And so I think that's what when people really get into Halloween, you're either a kid or you're like going out to like party and get drunk and stuff. So I'm not really into that. So yeah, I think in college I went to not like parties with alcohol, but like Halloween parties. And then last year was the first year where I literally did nothing for Halloween. Like the 2 years before I went to friends' houses and gatherings and stuff, but I don't know, even then, I just wasn't into the whole dressing up thing. So my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving because I love food and I love gathering and cooking together as a family and being thankful for life. So what about Hallowmas? Hi, Vincent. Hi, Patricia. Baba Yaga, I know you're Catholic, but have you ever watched the Bible Illustrated? I think so, if I know what you're talking about. He's Orthodox? I thought it was totally Protestant. Wow. I am Brazilian Catholic. Congrats from your channel. Lizzie, I'm thinking about starting a blog. Thoughts on what I should write about? I don't know. You have to write about something you're really passionate about that you uniquely can talk about. because there's loads of people talking about things online. And so what is something that only you can talk about? That's like the best advice I've ever been given in life, actually, because I know for me, maybe it's because I'm a public figure, but there's constantly people who I can be messaging back and things I can be doing and people I can be helping. And a lot of times it's overwhelming, like especially when I was in college, because I was doing YouTube, I was doing school full time, I was doing clubs I was leading, and it's like you feel pulled in like 100 different directions. I think a lot of you guys can relate to this, and it's hard to know like where to put yourself into because there's not enough of you to go around to everyone in your life. And so the best piece of advice I ever heard is that focus on doing things that only you can do. One of the main things that only you can do is invest in your relationship with God. No one else can do that for you. Only you can do that. So that needs to be a priority. And then think of people in your life who don't have other people to love them. Like you're the main person they have to lean on or to love. Focus on those people. And then when it comes to writing a blog or when it comes to like me making YouTube videos, like there are loads of people making comedy videos. I don't know how to make comedy videos. I don't see myself as an entertainer. And so like with my channel, bipolar disorder, most people don't have bipolar disorder and a public platform. Most people are not like hating Catholicism and then converting. So I think sharing a unique perspective that other people don't have is what people want to see on places like blogs. Are you currently going to school? You must be new here. So I've been chronicling my life since I was 15. So I graduated high school in 2012. I graduated college in 2016. I almost didn't graduate just because I was in depression the last 3 semesters and failing a lot of classes. And it was really scary at the time because I was at a point where I didn't even care if I didn't graduate. And I really want to go back to school to do theology and psychology and get degrees, but every time I think about going back to school, I start crying because I remember going into depression, and I just think like the stress and sleep deprivation would put me in depression again. And maybe it's illogical, but I'm just at such a good place with my diagnosis now, and I don't want to be pulled under into that environment ever again. So, but I'll probably end up going back to school. Can you guys pray for me for discerning my future? I don't know what I'm doing. Did you also serve in your parish like a mass reader? Just wondering. Yeah, so I'm a Eucharistic minister. I did some scripture readings. I don't like doing scripture readings. I kind of get nervous, which is so weird. But yeah, I like passing out the Eucharist a lot more because I can like pray for everyone I see and like look them in the eyes and smile like the blood of Christ. It makes me really happy. And I've led my church Bible study a couple times. So yeah, scripture reading, my boyfriend is like the king of scripture reading. He's so good at it. Like sometimes if we're like in the same place because we're long distance, when we're together, we'll like do the daily scripture readings and I'll like have him read. And oh my gosh, he even does like the chanting, you know what I mean? Like, da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you chant the psalm, he does that. It's so cool. Lizzie, thanks for watching my Instagram stories. Oh my gosh, I am barely ever on social media, so when I do, I love so much that I follow so many of you guys on Instagram and Twitter. So most of the people I see on my feeds, I don't even know who they are, and sometimes I forget like when I started following them. Like there's a few people who I actually like consistently know their name and stuff, but there's a lot of people and I'm like, is this one of my old friends like from high school or is this a subscriber? Like, and then I never unfollow people because I feel like, what if it's one of my subscribers and they were so excited when I followed them and then I don't want to unfollow? Yes, I will follow you on Instagram. Why don't you DM message me on Instagram and be like, I saw you in your live stream, follow me. If any of you want me to follow you, let me know. Continuing your mission, you are able to evangelize and strengthen the Catholic faith here in Brazil. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot to tell you. You guys are the first people I'm telling. I started Duolingo, and I'm doing Duolingo for Latin and Spanish. Should I also do Portuguese? I want to be able to make videos in Spanish because everyone says I talk too fast, which is true. Guys, like the video, thumbs up the video. We're going to try to get the video to 300 thumbs up throughout the 2-hour live stream. I totally think it's possible. So get going with thumbsing up. Yes, do Portuguese? Okay. OMG, Duolingo. You should do Greek. Okay, I did Greek too today. But I realized that it's not like ancient Greek, like Plato or the Bible. It's modern Greek. So it is not even helpful. Like when I did the first lesson and I could do it because I recognized a lot of the words, but I don't think it's helpful. So Spanish for my friends. Yes, I want to learn Spanish. So I'm going to do Duolingo every single day. I'm probably going to pay for it because the ads are getting really annoying. It's so many ads. So this is half iced coffee, but really strong coffee, and then half almond milk. I put it together. I made my own coffee almond beverage. But yeah, guys, thank you for liking the video. Thumbs up the video, even if you're watching this later. What is the difference of a Master of Divinity and Masters of Arts? Is there a fundamental philosophical difference in religion when you get an MD from a Protestant versus a Catholic program? I wish Trevor was here, and unfortunately he's not in the live chat either because he's with his family right now. But so an MDiv requires more languages. So an MA, I don't think you have to learn like Greek and Hebrew, but like, okay, so for Trevor got an MA and an MDiv, and the MDiv, he had to learn more Hebrew, Syriac, Aramaic. So I'm pretty sure that the MDiv requires more languages, and that might be the significant difference. But from a Protestant versus a Catholic school, I know there's Catholic professors at Protestant schools, and there's Protestant professors at Catholic schools. So I think that, like, the school I went to, Pepperdine, their MA program only has Church of Christ professors, but most schools have Protestant, Orthodox, Catholic professors at them. But I think it would depend on the program, what it is. So I don't know if I answered that well, but wish Trevor was here. Okay, guys, I'm late. Hi, Anthony. I haven't even started eating my kale, so you're just on time. Anthony liked the video. The Pope is trying to establish a globalist takeover via one world government. Chips. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay, so my boyfriend is visiting his family right now, and I got an ad on Twitter from Delta Airlines, and they're like, flights from LA to, and then it says the airport where he lives. And literally, like, how did the ad know that I wanted to be there right now? That, like, my boyfriend is there and I live here? How do they know? I just thought it was so ridiculous. Like, every single ad I get, it's something I'm currently dealing with in my life that I want. And some things I don't even audibly speak. It's like they're reading my text or my voice memos or something. Hey, Lizzie. Hi, Aeneas. I did understand because I only want a pure Catholic program. Okay, so I think that you would have to just talk to every single program and ask them who their faculty is. And then look at the faculty, and then sometimes you can pick your own classes, but sometimes you can't. So it might be like impossible to have an all-Catholic program. Websites and cookies, that's the quick answer. Google knows everything. Do you pray the rosary a lot? I got obsessed with it where I was praying like every day for 40 minutes and it was like too much. I don't know if you guys would agree that it's like you can pray the rosary too much, but I know I was. So then I like stepped it back and now I only do 3 times a week because it was just becoming like an excess. I think it was like a hyper spirituality, like bipolar manic thing, but I was like, I need to calm down. So Lizzie, YouTube videos about how apps like Facebook listen to our conversations, they do. They basically, they basically find content based on what they hear from us. Fact. Do they leave math books out of the curriculum at Protestant schools like they do with the Bible? Like they omit geometry? Because, are you saying because Catholic scholars like founded stuff like that? I don't understand. Can you explain hyper spirituality? Watch the last live stream. We talked about it in it. It's just you want to spend like hours and hours and hours doing spiritual activities to the point that you're like disregarding the rest of your life. So it's like I could pray out loud to God for an hour and like cry and feel him so strongly. And I think that it's good to have experiences, but the whole point, like mass and massa in Latin, it means to go forth. So the whole point of mass is so you can like be united with Christ, be empowered by the scripture readings, learn about God, and then leave and live out the gospel. So if you're spending all your time just with God and not living out the gospel, that's problematic. And I will say, because let's say people in religious life, all they're doing is sometimes they're spending a lot of time doing spiritual activities, but they're also praying for the world, which is productive. But if you're just like talking to God and being in this emotional space and meditating on God for hours and hours and hours, if it's not pushing you towards doing something huge, I think it's too much. This is a really controversial topic to say that you can be praying too much or like praying the rosary too much. But I don't know. That's just my personal experience. So I'm not saying either way. Have you ever taken a trip to Fatima? No. Tell us about the kale you were eating. So it has brown rice, sauteed kale in olive oil, and then this is my trick. Oh, then garbanzo beans and chickpeas. And then I put avocado in, and I make the avocado hot because this is a trick. Avocados grow ripe really easily. So when you feel the avocado ripe, put it in the fridge, and it will prevent it from ripening anymore. But then you don't want a cold avocado in your rice and kale, right? So I put it in the pan and I like saute it around, and the avocado gets warmer, and I actually prefer it like warm and room temperature rather than cold. So that's my trick. Chickpeas, rice, and I saute the rice in it too. So I kind of fry everything together. Vincent, Lizzie, I'm thinking on going on meds for depression. You should. I think I might go ask my crush out. Wish me luck. DM me later. We need to talk. Okay. I'm looking for a better job. Please pray for me and my family. Okay. I promise I will. I'll DM you after this. Hi, Lizzie. I'm from the Philippines. I love your videos. Hi, May. Is oral sex acceptable by the Catholic Church for married people? Yes, but the sex act has to end in like the guy in the woman. I hope that explains it because I'm not going to go more graphic than that. But obviously, like if the woman does not like orgasm, then the guy can do oral sex after. But the guy has to orgasm inside the woman. That's the official rule, okay? Let's stop talking about that now because that's like more graphic than I ever want to be in a YouTube video. But it is a good question. I know I had that question when I was converting. And there was a blog post written by a priest who answered the question. So, yeah. What became of the atheist in the last live stream? Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about him. He never contacted me, so I don't know what the deal is. Okay, let's move the conversation forward from the sex talk. Have you ever read the La Pieta prayer book? No, what is it? Explain for everyone. I don't agree with you, Lizzie. Sorry. This is Michael. I feel like you can do both pray a lot and live out the gospel at the same time. I totally agree. And you could be praying when you're with people in person. I pray when people are around, like 4 people or during conversations and stuff. But what I'm talking about with hyper spirituality is a manic trait that normal people cannot understand and don't experience. And it's something where you're spending all of your time alone with God, like excessive amount of time. I became vegan because of you, Chris Carroll. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. Remember, if you ever mess up with veganism and you feel like you don't have the self-restraint and you accidentally eat meat or like you want to eat meat once, don't give up and be like, oh, I don't want to be vegan anymore. I can't do it. View it like Catholicism, where if you mess up, you just go to confession and then you keep trying. So it's the same thing with veganism, where obviously you don't go to confession, but if you mess up or you have a craving and you mess up, don't give up veganism, just keep trying to be better. So, because a lot of people leave it because it's too hard. So, cheese is the hardest part. I think meat is the hardest part. I crave it. Lizzie, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon? If not, put it on your bucket list. I should, because I live like pretty close to it. So, yeah. This is my coffee almond milk. Trying to be vegan in college and not starve in college, any tips? Oh my gosh. Get a kitchen, because the vegan and vegetarian options in college are horrible. If this was a video, I'd be like, horrible. They're so bad. So it's really hard to be vegan and eat out. The founder of veganism, Peter Singer, would be vegetarian rather than vegan when he would eat out. And I'm not a perfect vegan. I don't eat vegan 100%. Like when I travel, I try so hard and then I get like hungry because we're like on a road trip and we can't find a grocery store or a place to eat vegan food. And I literally get hungry and about to pass out. And so I'm not vegan all the time because it's impossible to be vegan all the time. I think, honestly, I don't know if anyone is vegan all the time who goes vegan, but I know for me, like I try as hard as possible. And when I'm eating at home, I only get groceries. Obviously, where I live, I know where to go to vegan places, but when you're traveling, that's when it's the absolute hardest. And I don't know, in college, I know eat a lot of beans and legumes, and if they have like lentils or anything. But I know in my college, they actually started having a vegan option my senior year, and it was horrible. It had like no calories in it. So I always cook for myself. I don't rely on restaurants and stuff. Do you think transgenders are God's children? Absolutely. Everyone is God's children. Can we find... Okay, going up and reading your comments. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I was filming a video. I live near where a hospital is, or fire station. I don't know, one of the two. Like I live really close to my parish and we have to stop mass all the time, like in the middle of the homily, or like the scripture reader has to stop because the ambulances are so loud on the street. So it's really powerful being Catholic though, because when a fire, the firefighters or the ambulance or the police car goes by, I don't just cross myself, but I like actively pray for the people involved, and like I pray that they won't die, and I pray if they do die that their family will come to Christ, and if they're in the hospital that the accident will help them come to Christ. And I pray for police cars, for the police officers to not die and to be safe. And it's just so nice because before it's like you hear an emergency vehicle and it's kind of an annoying sound, but now it's like crossing myself physically like forces me to pray. Yeah, I just really like it how I want to debate those who are attacking our faith, but it's just wasting my time, and I'm enjoying watching you. Talking about veganism, have you guys seen the Cult YouTube channel? No. Do they make vegan tattoo ink? I don't think tattoo is, this is, you guys are trolling me. How do you feel about LA culture? A lot of people say it's weird. I'm gonna make a whole video on what it's like living in LA, because there's a lot of stereotypes that people are really surfacey and judgmental, but that's not it at all. Everyone is very open towards all different cultures, all different religions, all different sexualities. So like at a lot of liberal schools and online, people are very tolerant towards like Islam, Judaism, paganism, multiple sexualities, if you're gay, like they're tolerant towards that, but they're not tolerant towards Christianity or Islam even. Like religions that are more conservative, but in LA, everyone is tolerant of both. It's not SJW. People are tolerant of me as a strong Catholic, and then there's also gay bars next to my church. It's just like complete cultures all together and not judging anyone. And people, a lot of people are obsessed with how they look. I really care about how I look because I'm on camera and I'm in the whole like YouTube culture. And so I really care about how I look. And you'll just be out, like everyone has fake lashes and Botox and all these things. And there's so many vegan restaurants. Oh my gosh, so many. Everything is vegan. So yeah, it's not what people think. Just because you care about how you look does not mean you're fake. So, and just because it's diverse does not mean people hate each other or are judging each other. Like, two things can be true at the same time. So, I was literally arguing with my dad about saints and people performing miracles in healing of a sickness or people rising from the dead through Jesus. What do you think about Christians who burn books and records? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about a historical event? I love veggies, but I love meat way too much to even try. I'm not convinced there are health benefits to veganism. There are so many health benefits because it's more important to have unsaturated fats rather than saturated fats. So just look on the back of your labels and see, are you eating 3/4 of the fats need to be unsaturated fat. So you'll find those in more vegan products, in fish, seeds, peanut butter, almond butter, nuts. Whereas if you're eating eggs and meat and dairy, they have like saturated fat. So just look in the back and make sure you're eating 3/4 of your fats unsaturated fat. That's really, really important. So it's possible to do if you eat meat, but if you eat vegan, it like instantly, you have the right fat balance. So how are you so pretty? Makeup and Botox. Just kidding. I don't have any Botox on my face. I mean, if you want a higher chance of cancer, eat a lot of meat, right? I think it's funny to see people get stressed out when I walk into Walmart in my PJs. One woman almost had a coronary. I recently learned that eggs have unsaturated fat. It's it's majority. You guys are trolling me right now. How about crazy yoga pants? Oh, so modesty is a whole other level. So in LA, because it's right next to the beach, people don't wear that many clothes because it's so hot outside. So I've gotten under a lot of like drama and judgment for stuff on my Instagram, which in LA is totally modest. But then people who live in the South, or I don't know where you guys live, but people in other parts of the US are like, you're dressing so immodest, like that's so sexual. Whereas where I live, like women go around in bras as tops and like their butt is hanging out. Like literally bras are tops. And yeah, bras are tops. Not even a sports bra, but just everyone's shirt is a bra. Not everyone, but yeah, and it's just normal. So like me wearing a crop top and having part of my right now, well, this is a crop top, but these are high-waisted. But if I'm showing like an inch of my midriff, that's totally modest. Like that's like above and beyond modest in LA. So that's it kind of sets up expectations that the rest of the country will not understand, if that makes sense. I find age and appearance is a war of attrition that, wow, this is deep. I'm never gonna win, and I'm cool with that. Go! That's inspiring. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds inspiring. Taylor Marshall deleted all his tweets about the Amazon Synod. Hey Lizzie, fun story. I met a friend of yours the other day. I think she said you were her sponsor when she converted. Ah! Oh my gosh, Carmen. I love her so much. I live in Minnesota, and I think you dress so modestly. But do you live in a city or the suburbs? So the Midwest might be different than the South. So this is so good. my parishioner now. Oh, that's so exciting. God clothed Adam and Eve. The fig trees were not enough, Liz. YouTube has been deleting people's comments. No, just all of them. It's weird. I found... So Taylor Marshall's tweets got deleted. Read my last comment. Okay. Why don't you copy and paste your last comment? I'm so happy you know Carmen. I love her so much. I was talking about her in my last video because I was talking about celibate priests, but how there are married priests in Catholicism too. And I was like, I have a friend whose sister's family was Episcopal and then became Catholic, and they have 5 kids, and he's a Catholic priest now. And I was talking about Carmen. So, hi, Cassidy. How do you feel about tattoos? I think you should get small tattoos that can be hidden if you're going to get a tattoo. I've thought about getting a tattoo, and then I was like, no, like, I thought about it for a few years, like, no, I don't want to. How did you start your first YouTube channel? And I love you and your channel. I love you too, Fandemonium. I started my first YouTube channel called Million Voices 13 because there's a there's a musicians I love called Barlow Girl. Have any of you guys heard of Barlow Girl? I was obsessed with their music growing up. They're a Christian band. And they had a song called Million Voices, like, we're a million voices getting stronger still. They'll remember we were here. It was like that. And so I was so empowered by it. And then I was 13 years old. And I made like music videos, like lip syncing to songs. So that was my first, yeah. Do you have a favorite Bible verse? Father Cassidy, you related to the Cassidys in Denver? No. Do you like cashew cheese? Some cheeses are really bad, vegan cheeses, and some are okay. So it depends on which vegan cheese. But I love that, like, vegan restaurants do it really well. But I personally don't really like Daiya that much. This might be a sensitive question. Nothing is sensitive. Oh my gosh, guys, I might get cast in this huge show about bipolar disorder. It follows different people with different mental illness, and it would literally be viewed by millions of people. So pray that I get it, because it would be so cool sharing my story with even more people about bipolar. And in the first round of interview, they're like, is there anything you wouldn't be willing to talk about? And I'm like, no, I will talk about literally anything. I've talked about everything in my videos. So pray that I get it. But the question was how my parents are dealing with my conversion. It's been really good lately. Like, I'll insert little Catholic things into conversations sometimes. But I'm at a point now where I'm not trying to convert them. They're not trying to convert me. We're like at a impasse, of course. But they're meeting my boyfriend for the first time over Thanksgiving break, and they think he made me Catholic. So that will be probably a little tense, but we're praying a lot for it. And I know that my mom and my dad, I think, like, long term, they'll become best friends with Trevor. But right now, we think that could be tense in regards to my conversion. But in general, it's been really good. So, yeah. What do you call your fans? I don't call you guys fans, number one, but I don't have like a name like Arianator, Swifties. What are some YouTuber names? Like Macer, Blue Babes, Demar Dolls, like all of these things. I don't have a name like that, and I don't want one ever. Because I don't want it to be like this is a fandom and I'm a celebrity. I don't like it when people are fangirling over YouTubers. Like, obviously, if I meet a YouTuber, I get kind of nervous and like so excited and almost starstruck, and you can't really help it being like that. But I don't like that celebrity culture, and I'm literally a regular person. There's nothing special about me at all. So I would appreciate to not have a fandom. You guys are not my fandom. You're my family and my friends. So, because I'm not putting up a front about who I am, I just share a lot about my life. So, hey, it's Lance from The Coaster podcast. How are you doing? Are you gonna go to the conference with Emily Wilson? Are you gonna go? I wish I could go so bad. I am gonna collab with Emily Wilson at some point because I'm obsessed with her, and yeah, I think we're definitely gonna collab at some point. And see, she's an example of someone who I would be kind of starstruck to meet, but I'm not a fan of her because she's also just a regular person who's extremely talented and has a really awesome personality. Lizards, Lizzie face, lizards teeth. Just call us family. Yeah, Lizzie's family. That's who my fans are. You call us guys. The Lizzyites. Lizzie, the hero YouTube needs and deserves. Yeah, we're the disciples who will learn from Lizzie and travel throughout Europe and Asia to spread the gospel. As the channel grows, you are going to have to deal with a bit of celebrity. Lizzie face. Liz kids. Can we talk about the pressure to date during your undergrad degree? Oh my gosh. So the problem is the guys at my undergrad were like really into marriage. And okay, nothing against people who get married young. I think it's great. A lot of my friends are married and some got married right after college. But the issue is that a lot of guys, when they started, Christian guys, when they start getting into a relationship, they're like, do you want to get married? I think we should get married. Like early on, like months into the relationship, they're talking about marriage. And I think you just need to calm down and slow down. And obviously you date to marry, but that doesn't mean you need to start thinking about marriage that early on in a relationship. Oh boy, here we go, story time. I'm not going to talk about anyone I've dated, but my current boyfriend, we made a rule where we wouldn't talk about marriage until like 1 or 2 years into the relationship. And we didn't talk about it until it'd been like 9 months or something. And then we're like, yeah, like we're probably gonna get married. And then as it gets like increasingly serious of a relationship, like you talk about it more and you start talking about like names for kids and parenting strategies and like wedding stuff a little bit. So, like we were talking recently about whether or not we'd have a full mass at our wedding, because obviously, like, we really want to, but then most of the people at the wedding would not be Catholic, so it'd be kind of awkward. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Because, like, they wouldn't be allowed to receive the Eucharist and might not like what's going on, but my thing is, like, it's my wedding. Like, I want to have the Eucharist there, but then everyone else is not Catholic, so, we would have to figure that out, like, a lot. And then I think the scariest thing for us, like, he's more scared about it than I am, but I will probably have to go off all of my meds to have children with him. And that's just kind of like, it's really terrifying because I've been on meds for so long. I don't even know what would happen if I was off my meds. So that's something that is like really hard to talk about. But other than that, I think that when you've been with someone for a year plus, maybe talk about marriage, but I really want a superhero themed wedding instead of a full mass superhero wedding. It's your wedding. Do whatever you want. I think having a full mass would be awesome. Lizzie, at my college, so many people get engaged within 6 months of dating. Sometimes I feel so don't feel left out. I was not in a relationship for most of college. I had like 1 year, my like end of my sophomore year, where I was like too much drama happening with guys, and then I was like, I'm done. And then I didn't have anything happen with the guy until the very end of my senior year when I met Trevor. So I was very much, I got married at the Grand Canyon. Oh, that's so cool. That sounds beautiful. Who will you vote for? Singh and Trudeau are pro-abortion, so it's definitely a no. Scheer is afraid to offend. I don't live in Canada, guys. I'm a US citizen. My brother got married with a full mass, and most of his friends and relatives are not Catholic, and it was totally fine. Okay, cool. I was just thinking I don't want to, like, offend my family, but I think by then, like, my parents will be more comfortable with Catholicism. Like, I think that, like, if we got married right now and it was a Catholic wedding, they would be like, ugh. But, you know, years from now, I think it'll become more chill. What kind of marriage would Jesus want to attend of yours? Full mass for sure. Can I be the president of your fan club? What did we decide the fan club was called? Lizards? Lizzyites. The Lizzyites. Yeah, Trump 2020, MAGA CAC. What does that even mean? Aw, thanks for reading my comment, Lizzie. Aw, thank you for asking it. Wow, we have a lot of Trump supporters here. When you see an apparition, is the being actually there or is it just a vision? That's like a philosophical question. I don't care about the answer to that. There's other people in the world who care about that. There are some natural things you can take that will help if not meds. Like, what are some examples that would actually realistically do the same strength as antipsychotic medication? I don't think so. I don't support anyone at all. I could care less, honestly. Do you speak Spanish? Un poco. Yo hablo un poco español. Pero mi malo. But I'm doing, earlier on, guys, by the way, thumbs up this chat. There are more people watching than thumbs up, so thumbs up the video, support my channel. So I am doing Duolingo right now, which is an app, free app where you can learn languages. So I'm doing Latin and Spanish every single day for 20 minutes. So I'm relearning Spanish. I took 3 years in high school, so I'm really rusty now. Do you speak French? I took 1 month of French, but it was like a compressed class. So it was a whole semester. Hi, Lizzie. What state are you in now? Are you still in California? Yes. Did you try the meditation I shared in your last post? No. Since there are no tears in heaven, why do the Marian statues cry? I think Duolingo is fine for the beginning, but not for a full course. Oh my gosh, it's so funny about the crying. I want to go up. I hate when I miss your comments, guys, and then I want to go up. Oh, Canada is having a major election in 2 days, and it has made me hate politics. I think a lot of people in the US feel the same way. Like, a lot of Catholics hate a lot of Republican policy, but then the Democrats are pro-abortion, so it's like, how could you like that policy? So it's really hard because there's not really a party that meets, like, the Catholic life ethic. Like, there's just not a party that fits all of it. There's, like, the American Solidarity Party, but they're never gonna win an election. What is your most awkward fan experience? I'm trying to think of awkward. I think that I'm not someone who experiences, like, awkward. Oh, okay. One time at my college, I met someone and their parent was with them because it was new student orientation. And they're like, hi, Lizzie, like, this student. And then their mom starts crying meeting me, and he's like, oh my gosh, like, Lizzie, like, you made me feel so safe, and like, it was okay that my kid was going away from college, and that Pepperdine was a good place, like, thank you so much for your videos. And then she's like, can I take a picture with you? And the student looked like sort of happened when I was in college, so it was a parent experience. When somebody asked me on a live stream, when was the most awkward fan experience? You guys are talking to each other. Do you think Trump will get impeached? No, he would have gotten impeached already. He's done so much shady things. Catholics don't like Democrats either. Antipsychotics, if you need them, take them, but you can and should wean off of them. I need to take them, but I will wean off when I want to have kids, you know? Because otherwise I'd have to like go off of them cold turkey. Gosh, I will take pregnancy tests like all the time, because what if I accidentally get pregnant and then I don't know I'm pregnant? Because we're not like trying, but obviously we're not using birth control. But even if you're using natural family planning, like even that, I could get pregnant and I would be like, because guys, if during the first trimester is when it's the most dangerous, and so you could be pregnant for 2 weeks before it implants. And then what if you don't start showing symptoms immediately? You could like poison the baby and destroy its nervous system and heart and everything. And it could be born with like a hole in its heart. So that's terrifying. So I would be like pregnancy tests like every single, you know what I mean? To make sure if I need to go off of them cold turkey. Even if Trump gets impeached, he could still run for 2020, so there's literally no point in impeaching him. Yeah. Politics is the ultimate supervillain. Okay, I'm going up. Do you believe in ghosts like haunted houses? No, I don't believe in ghosts. Lizard's team, Lizzie face. I didn't read all of this. I'm going up. Squad goals. Liz kids. Oh, I'm glad I'm going up. I didn't see all your guys' jokes. Do your parents come to your installation as a Catholic? My confirmation, no, they did not come. I was in California and they were in Florida, so it kind of makes sense. Have you seen The Last Temptation of Christ? Is that a movie? Cashew cheese sounds gross. It does sound gross, but it tastes like cheese. I promise you guys. Like for the video. For you get a tattoo would not be a good witness. Tattoos are really chill. Like in the Old Testament, they're against tattoos. They're also against shrimp. They're also against my t-shirt, because if you have a shirt that has multiple fabrics in the shirt, like not okay. So someone else says they live in Michigan in cities, and I dress modestly. Okay, go up more for ones that I missed. People in Walmart should be called Walmartians. That's pretty funny. I love you and your channel. You're cool. I'm not trolling. I eat organic vegetarian food and cage-free eggs. Okay, guys. Cage-free eggs are worse than caged eggs because chickens attack each other, especially if a chick has a deformity. Like, the chickens will go after it and, like, destroy it. It's so sad to think about. Okay, let's go down. Lizzie, if you're at my reception, you're going to laugh when I play the Superman theme. Oh my gosh, guys. I still have not gone to a fan wedding yet. Oh, I don't want to call you guys my fans, but I've not gone to a subscriber wedding yet. I've been invited, but literally people say like my relationship advice got them into their relationship, so they'd like me to be at their wedding, you know? And I still haven't gone. So guys, invite me to your weddings. I totally want to be at your weddings. That would be so cool. Who has not been canonized who you think should be? Okay, so Origen is a heretic, but I love Origen so much. He was so influential in developing Christian theology and empowering so many Christians. Like, Augustine would be nothing without Origen. People who are so important theologically, he taught all of these people who are the church fathers. And he was heretical in like a couple things, and then he gets completely kicked out and is not called a church father, not called a saint. And I don't know, like I think he had bipolar disorder, and I hope he's in heaven. Like, he would be my patron saint, you know? Lizzie, you can totally come to my wedding. I just need to find the right man. The origin of origin. I invited you to my confirmation. What? I think I remember that. Can you do a video explaining some of your violent, complicated Bible verse? Atheists use them to try to disprove Christianity. I never know how to respond. Yeah, I actually have video scripts written on like slaves obey your masters. What are some of the other ones that sound really bad? Are you talking about like in the Old Testament? One of the best homilies I ever heard was this priest, and one of the Bible verses was about like killing the Canaanites or something. And the priest is like, yeah, none of this happened about the Israelites conquering and like killing everyone and raiding everyone. Like that didn't even happen. And he just casually mentions that, and it's like, mic drop. Destroy all the atheist arguments against Christianity for those Bible passages because they definitely didn't happen. It was really funny. Okay, guys, I am going to get more food real quick. I'm going to make more. Can you explain why the church requires annulments? So divorce is not allowed in the Catholic Church. So the only reason you could get like quote unquote remarried is if it was never a marriage in the first place. Divorce is completely forbidden by Jesus. We can see this clearly in the New Testament. Pregnant women who cheat should have their fetus killed? No, that's horrific. Hey Lizzie, I've been a subscriber since 2012. I love you. What do you think about the Islamic prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? Lizzie, where are places or pilgrimage you want to go next that you haven't been? Back from Mass, I'm becoming Catholic and it's my 4th Mass. So cool. That's really cool. Hi Russell, I love you so much. That's awesome. I don't care about being canonized. All I care about is being able to pray in heaven for people I love who are still on earth. Like if I died right now, I would want to pray for... Okay, I want more food. I don't know if I'm gonna eat all of it. It's not working anymore. I took the phone to another place. It's buffering because of the kale. It's free. I like kale, but I would at least diversify the plate and not have kale so much. You're making me hungry. Ah. Lizzie, I suggest you... Finally, it stopped buffering. Oh my gosh, that was the longest buffer ever. Lizzie, I suggest you connect with Lisa Rose. She knows a lot about the abortion topic. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. She posts so many things on her Instagram page. I recommend you following Lila Rose, her account and stuff. It's not frozen. Why does it... it's like a circle thing around that makes it look like it's frozen. Okay. And then everyone's like, buffer. Pilgrimage is great. You should go to Fatima or do the Camino de Santiago and make a 3-part series of videos. It would be so interesting. Oh my gosh, it totally would. Tonight's Mass was so good. God condemns abortion. Okay, let's go up, up, up. Hi, Lizzie. Oh, about the Prophet Muhammad. So I think that Islam is worshiping the same God as Christianity. And in the Catechism, we specifically have a line talking about how in heaven, like it's like almost an open view of salvation. And it's like in the first place, Jews and Muslims, talking about people who may be in heaven. Like before it even talks about Protestants. It says in the first place, Jews and Muslims and our Protestant brothers and sisters. So there's a lot of love between us. Pope John Paul II kissed the Quran. So yeah. But which holy places or pilgrimage would you want to go next? I really want to go back to Ireland and do more like touristy stuff. Because when I was there before, I was just working. And the connection's kind of... I like kale, but I would at least diversify the plate and not have so much kale. But I do, because I have brown rice and I have beans and I have avocado, so it's not all that. How is the campus ministry job going? So they were on fall break this past week, so I haven't seen them for a week. So I need to get going this week. I've been doing like only YouTube stuff. So I'm gonna spend on Sunday like 10 hours working, and maybe not 10 hours, but like prepping talks and stuff. So I'm gonna spend all day Sunday on that, prepping for the week. St. Thomas Aquinas talking about Muhammad is good. Lizzie is a blessing in my life. I can only hear you. Guys, it's Leela Rose. No, it's not. You're fine now. Buffering is my kryptonite. Let's go down. Do you have any speaking events at universities? No, mostly just at churches. But I have wanted to contact Catholic schools for a while, so maybe I should. It's interesting because universities have more budgets than churches, but I think that schools are more focused on like academics than bringing in like inspirational speakers or whatever. So yeah, and I don't have like a degree, like I'm not a professor, I don't have like a ton of credentials, so maybe that's one of the reasons. But I find churches reach out to me more for like conferences, and then to speak in front of confirmation kids. Will you go to Seek ever? I will only go to Seek if they pay for me to go, and pay for Trevor to go, and pay me to make a video about it. So that would require a lot. But that's during winter break, which is when Trevor has a break from school and we get to see each other. Like he'll visit me or something. So that's like precious time that I'm not gonna spend away from my love. Hundreds and hundreds of Muslims are converting to Christianity. Can you explain the cloud of witnesses? Lizzie, do you fast outside of Lent? I don't even fast in Lent. Okay, I can't fast from food because I have like disordered eating past. And when I feel the feeling of being hungry, it's kind of triggering sometimes. So I like don't mess with that. And also I have to eat for my bipolar. So what I did during Lent, during like Ash Wednesday and stuff, is I ate bread all day, just plain bread without like vegan butter, and I had coffee without cream or sugar. So that was what I did. I have a cold. You should eat raw ginger. Raw ginger totally helps. In addition to Seek, Focus should have an event called Hide, so that they have hide and seek. Oh my gosh, can you tweet? Oh, I don't. I don't know why that was so funny. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go get my food. I made a mistake before by bringing the food. Hide and seek. I'm gonna put that on Twitter. I can be like, one of my Lizzie'ites said this. I don't drink wine, but my priest knows I don't drink alcohol. I attend a UMC affiliated university, and we have a Catholic club, so I'm sure I'll try to invite you for a speaking engagement. Yes, invite me. My email is just LizziesAnswers@gmail.com. You just ate. Lizzie, you would get along with my grandmother. She's a hardcore Catholic, and bring your zebra print back. Oh my gosh, you guys want me to go get back into zebra print again? I'll try to look for more zebra print clothes. The thing is, I don't think it's in style right now. So that's kind of problematic, right? Guys, I'm going home for Thanksgiving break. So I'll film some videos with my old zebra print background, okay? I was struggling to eat just now. The UMC affiliated university I attend is North Carolina. Will that be fine? You'd have to pay for flights and fly me out is the thing. Atheists who use the Old Testament against Christians didn't realize that they're actually criticizing Judaism, not Christianity, and they're anti-Semitic. Wow. I'll send you the hide and seek comment on Twitter if you follow me. Okay. Have you tweeted this out before? That's so great. I decided to bring a lot of drinks for this video because last live stream, like 2.5 hours in, I was like dying and I like downed 3 glasses of water all at once. So I realized that if I'm talking constantly, vegan water, ew. Yeah, you guys have to make sure you have vegan water. So I heard that a grocery store was giving out ice. You know how they sell ice? And they're like, this is gluten-free ice, this is organic ice, and this is regular ice. And they charged more for like the gluten-free ice. And idiot people actually paid for that and didn't isn't that so ridiculous? That's like the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. I haven't prayed my rosary today yet. Well, I don't know where you live, but you still have time. Lizzie, you should say grace before you eat. Oh my gosh, I totally should. Bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts that we are about to receive from your bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thanks, guys. I should always pray. Someday you should do a video defending Mother Teresa. Does she really need to be defended? Hey, I'm a new subscriber. Also, what is your channel about? I was just searching up random things and this looked interesting. So I have bipolar disorder type 1. So I've made like 80 videos talking about that. And then I just became Catholic from Protestant, but I grew up my whole life as Christian. So I have like 100 videos on that. And then I'm a vegan. So I have probably 15 videos on that. Not a big part of my channel. And then I give relationship advice. So I have hundreds of videos on that. And then I talk about college advice, relationships, Christianity. Yeah, that's my whole channel. So, oh, I have a Myers-Briggs series and I'm making my Enneagram video is going up this week as well. Have you heard of Saint Mother Miriam Teresa? She has a beautiful story and it doesn't bother me if I don't get canonized as long as I'm face to face with my Lord God. Wait, there are different types of bipolar? Yes. So there's something called, obviously everything's on a spectrum. That's what a lot of people don't understand. But there's something called cycloclimic disorder, which is when you have like chill, like up, and then down, but it's not like manic or hypomanic. And then bipolar 2 has hypomanic episodes. So hypo is Greek for under. So it's a chill form of mania. And then bipolar 1 is when you have manic episodes. And in bipolar 1, you can go a step up and also have a psychotic break, which is called psychosis, which is an even more extreme version of mania. I have never had psychosis, but I have had full-blown mania before. So first I was diagnosed as just depression. Then I was like, maybe I'm cycloclimic, I fit into this. Then I was bipolar 2, and now I'm bipolar 1. So are you going to see the old calendar? Christmas at the Orthodox Church since it's January. What does that mean? You're really pretty. Thank you. Are you going? What's the difference between vegan and normal human drinkable water? There's literally no difference. I was just trolling you guys. I was just making fun because I was talking about this store I heard about that had like gluten-free ice. So then I was being like vegan water, even though obviously like it's all vegan. What are your Christmas plans? So my friend's getting married on December 27th. So I'm gonna go home for Christmas. I don't know how long I'm gonna go home. Probably when the colleges I'm working at have their break. And then I'm trying to get Trevor to come to the wedding too, because it's his friends too. But he's gonna be with his family. So we're kind of trying to figure out what the deal is. So, because obviously I want to see him over Christmas too. So what I wanted to do is fly from the wedding to where he lives with his family, so I get to see his family too, but the flights are like $600. So I'm not about to drop that. What are you going to be for Halloween? I'm not going to do Halloween this year. I'm over Halloween. My favorite saint story is in Church History by Eusebius. It probably didn't happen just because it's being recorded in like the 4th century. But apparently Saint John went to a bathhouse with a heretic and he like walked out and couldn't be in the same room as the heretic. Like he couldn't associate with him. So this is like Saint John who wrote the Gospel of John. Do you believe that different brands of waters taste differently? They totally do. Sorry guys. My light. Have you ever read the Quran? Yes, I've read parts of it. What about All Saints Day? What are your plans? See, that's a holiday I could actually get into. I was over Halloween over 10 years ago. It was so cool. I got to touch my rosary to them. That's so cool. A lot of people say that Mother Teresa was an awful person. I don't know what to think. Well, we shouldn't just listen to what people say. We should look at empirical evidence, like primary sources, people, her talking about her life, her writings. But she was in depression for like her whole life. So I wouldn't be the best person if I couldn't experience God my entire life and was in deep depression. For Halloween, I'm going to be a caramel frappuccino. I love Dasani water. Dasani. Guess what? I'm ruining your guys' experience in life. Some water companies just put tap water in their water. It's not coming from a spring. It's not coming from the glaciers. It's coming from the tap water. What about All Souls Day? What are your plans? Guys, I don't have a banging social life to where I have like events planned around Catholic holidays. Like, what do you mean, guys? Bottled water is such a scam. Yeah, I always drink tap water. Like, you just have a water filter in your apartment. It's not that hard. If I touch the relic, will I be a second-class relic? No. So a second-class relic, I made a whole video about this 3 videos ago, so you should go watch it because I talk about the different classes of relics. But a second-class relic is something associated with the saint, so it could be their clothing. So you cannot be a second-class relic. You mean third-class relic. So if you touch a rosary or you touch it, then technically, yes. My neighbors. As long as the water is super cold, I'm good. I hate warm water. I like lukewarm water. Do you still have roommates? Yes. I'm living in an Airbnb, but soon I'm gonna move into my own apartment because I'm like, after my last roommate experience, I'm done with having roommates until I get married. I'm just over it because I just, like, you can't trust people after that kind of experience. And I think also, like, I'm growing up more and more, and my old roommates would, like, go out a lot and, like, have people over all the time, and I'm a very homebody. I just want to work and sleep and eat and pray, and that's it. So I just don't want to be around other people. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting, like, smaller and smaller, the circle of people in my life. So, yes. How old are you? I'm 11. I'm 25. I like Luke and warm Christians. Lizzie, live on your own. It's awesome. Yep, that's the plan. Why do some churches not do wine for communion? I think it's really lame when they don't. I don't understand it either. I was like tempted to go up to a priest at a church I was visiting. They also do Latin mass at the church. So those are the type of churches that don't do wine, you know? How do you respond when you meet extremely traditional Catholics that hold radical beliefs, like a guy I met who told me dancing is a sin? I dealt with people like that in my previous church too. I don't know. It's like how you deal with people who are anti-vaccinations. I just like listen to them talk and I'm like, okay, and then I just try to steer the conversation away. I just think you're not going to get through to those people. Is vegan water really a thing? What is the difference? Lizzie, November is the month we remember the poor souls in purgatory. Will you make a video about it? Is it November now, or isn't it October, guys? This is freaking me out. It's October. Oh my gosh, guys. I want to share a story. So every time I go to a psychiatrist's office, they try to like assess your mental state at the time. So they'll ask, have you have any thoughts of hurting yourself or others? They'll ask, what is today? And they mean like the day of the week, the month, the year. And since I work from home, I don't constantly have a planner and a calendar. I don't know what day it is. It's not like, oh, it was the weekend, it's Monday now, it's Tuesday. Like I work every single day throughout the day. I don't really have a set schedule, you know? So a lot of times I will not only not know the day of the week, but I won't know the month either. And sometimes the year. And it's so out of reality. A parish an hour away from me is having a sung Latin Mass for All Souls Day. That sounds beautiful. Lizzie, what do you think of the Pope letting pagan idols? Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed. Everyone talking about this. A lot of people are judging the way this church is doing art and their liturgy. I think instead of judging it just because of what we see, we should actually look at the empirical evidence, listen to everyone involved, and not immediately jump to judging them. It's so horrible. It's like when I was Protestant and I saw Catholics kneeling in front of a Mary statue. I thought they were worshiping Mary. I thought that was paganism. So why are we looking at our own brothers and sisters in Catholicism, Christianity, and we're judging them for their practices? That's literally what Protestants do to Catholics that hurts our reps so much. It's so horrible and judgmental, and it needs to stop. I feel like people are not looking at any empirical evidence. They're not willing to actually talk to the people involved. And I've seen it all over my Twitter feed the past week. And it's just so negative energy. I'm so happy all the time, and then I have to look and see negative energy, and it's really turned me off to Twitter. Like I decided I'm gonna spend more time like on my Facebook page from now on and my Instagram when I'm doing social media for work, just because it's just so judgmental and mean, and they're our brothers and sisters. Like I want to defend all of them, but I don't even know how to defend them. So yeah, I think we should just be affirming each other, you know, and loving each other. Some Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas on January the 7th. You're so good at talking and straight to the point. For me, I just get off track. Is this talking about the Amazon Synod? Yeah, it's talking about those people and their cultures in celebrating Catholicism. Everyone's just so judgmental about it, and I guarantee these people have not spent like dozens of hours reading into it. Innocent until proven guilty. That's how our country is set up, and I wish everyone would act like that in their lives. Should Christians read their Bible every day, or is it okay to miss days? I think it's okay to miss days. I think it depends on your personality for what you want for your prayer life and your devotional life. Like there have been periods in my life where like every single day I've had a regiment to read my Bible. There have been weeks where I'm like every day I'm praying my rosary. And then other weeks it's like I'm going to spend an hour right now praying. Like tomorrow I'm going to read my Bible a lot. So I don't know, whatever works for you, as long as every single day you're thinking about God and praying at some point during the day, praying before you eat, stuff like that. So Lizzie, I know you, and Trevor is with me. Is this like someone in his family? Is this Jackson? I'm here to hear more about who the authors of the Bible are. I remember you, to be honest. I haven't seen you on YouTube since I was 11 or 12, and now I'm 19. That's so wild that YouTube is recommending this to you right now. What do you eat? I'm eating brown rice and kale and garbanzo beans and avocado. all with, okay, Trader Joe's. I'm obsessed with Trader Joe's because they're all over where I live. They have a chili powder lime spice, and I season everything with that, and it's so good because it's a loads of chili powder, but then also lime, you know? Jackson, Mississippi. Yes. Oh, how's everything going? I wish I was there with you guys. If we Catholics don't spread the gospel to them, then the evangelicals will. Oh my gosh, that's so judgmental. You're literally calling them not Christians. Don't do that to people. That's so mean. Like, even Catholics towards Protestants who believe so many heresies, and in a lot of ways, some don't even believe in the Trinity, we call them our brothers and sisters in Christ. So you can't even extend the offer to other Catholics. Like, don't say who and who is not a Christian. Like, ever. I hate that so much. That's evil. It's evil to be that judgmental towards other people's faith. Like, it's God's decision to judge who and who is not a Christian. And it's not our job. Like, stop calling people heretics. Like, it's okay to say this person believes this heresy, but it's so mean-spirited, not Christ-like. Idols are just statues. Oh my gosh, you guys are getting so negative. Why do people, we're gonna stop talking about it. It is very fun. Aw, why do people flirt with each other if they don't want romantic relationships? So, because it's really fun. Like, I have a natural flirtatious personality where, like, I laugh a lot and I'm like, huh, like, you're touching people's arms and, like, you're having fun and you're, like, sharing deep emotions with each other. And so when I was growing up, I would, like, accidentally lead on a lot of guys because I just had a naturally flirtatious personality, and I've actually had to tone it down and change my personality since being with Trevor because I don't want to disrespect him and be flirting with other guys. So I've been very intentional about not doing that. But I think a lot of people just want to kind of have fun and connect with people and don't realize that they're flirting with people and leading them on. Are you going to Orthodox Christmas? Why do you guys want me to go to Orthodox Christmas? Okay, I'll go to Orthodox Christmas. I went to Orthodox Easter. Is that why you guys are talking about that? Oh my gosh, you guys are all talking about negative Catholic things. Oh my gosh, I don't care and I don't want to talk about it, okay? Well, that answered my question. Okay, we're gonna scroll up to other comments and start talking about something different. Simmer down, Lizzie. Lizzie, I'm sad that my best friend is so far away now. That's so sad. So a lot of my best friends live really far away from me too. Like, my best friends live on the East Coast or the Northeast. So I always make it a point to try to fly and visit them as much as possible. But I think with FaceTime and iMessage now, you can actually be really close to people. And oh my gosh, guys, so what I've started doing is doing, what is going on? Why is this not charging? Sorry, my light is, like, coming undone. So this has been life-changing. I've started using voice dictation on my phone when I am texting. So instead of writing out a text, you can use your phone, and on the keyboard, there's a little voice memo, and you can click on the microphone and talk, and it writes out the text for you. And I always thought it wouldn't be that accurate, but it is blindingly accurate. It's amazing. So I've started doing that when texting people, and I've also started doing that to write video scripts. Because it used to take me so long to, like, write out video scripts if I think of the video, and I wouldn't be able to get everything out. But with the voice dictation, I'm able to get out the entire video so fast, and it's so freaking helpful. But also, so Vincent, with talking with faraway friends, I also really like to leave voice memos when I'm talking to someone because I feel like it's really personalized, and then also making time to FaceTime too. So, and sending funny things to each other. One of my favorite things, one of my friends, Kale, we both have Twitter accounts, and so we'll send each other funny things on Twitter. So, and, like, my boyfriend is far away from me too, so we'll send each other, like, on Twitter different things that we find funny. So Instagram too, I send my friends. I'm far away from a lot of my friends. Now that I think about it, it's so sad. Like the video. Yeah, guys, thumbs up the video, like the video. Francis says, I just had an amazing discussion with a Muslim friend about politics and religion. Any recommendations on how to teach him about the gospel and potentially convert him? So, the hardest thing for converting people who are Muslim is the Trinity. It's the theology that's so confusing and difficult. Like, I've had subscribers who are converting from Islam to Christianity, and I think explaining that it's a paradox and it's confusing and it's mysterious is really helpful, because I think that a lot of people want to tangibly try to understand it, and it's impossible to fully understand it. So find church fathers, Catholic scholars through the years, Aquinas, who's talking about the Trinity as mysterious. I think that would really help them. What you can get your beer blessed. I got my beer blessed today? What does that even mean? When you go to Orthodox Christmas, please take a video. Oh my gosh, you guys are making this so intense. I'm totally gonna go now. Please remind me, like, in later live streams or on social media when it gets closer to January, because this is so early on. I got stung by a scorpion yesterday. How can I get my mind off that? Because I'm scared to walk on the floor. I feel like scorpions are so rare. Like, you're more likely to get in a plane accident than get bit by a scorpion. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think it's gonna happen to you again. What is a scorpion though, and how does it feel? I'm so curious. Lizzie? Oh, this is a hard question to answer. Someone close in my family goes to church with me every week. She is divorced and remarried outside of the church, but still receives Holy Communion. What do I do? I don't know what I would do. Like, I have been at Mass with people who I know are like in a relationship with someone of the same gender and probably having sex, like very likely because they're like married, and have been at my church. And I feel like it's not our place to police the Eucharist, and a lot of times the person doesn't know that they're in a state of mortal sin, and so they don't realize, so they're not actually mortal sinning by receiving the Eucharist. So obviously you're not like blocking her in Mass line, like telling the priest like, no, don't give her the Eucharist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not being that person. But I think you should talk to the priest about it, because I know that I'll answer that question in a second. I know that my priest didn't even realize, like, because the priest, there's two different people handing out the host and then other people giving out the wine. So a lot of times the priest doesn't realize everyone who's coming up to receive the Eucharist. So there was someone in my RCIA who was receiving the Eucharist who wasn't confirmed, didn't grow up Catholic, and was receiving the Eucharist. And my priest didn't even realize, or maybe he did realize, and then someone brought it up in RCIA when he wasn't there. And they're like, by the way, like, so-and-so is receiving the Eucharist. And the priest was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't realize that. I can talk to him. So I think that's the job of the priest, because the priest is handing out the Eucharist. And it's just, I mean, but then if the priest didn't know her, it's like you're telling on her. I would pray about it. Lizzie, when is your book coming out? So I have, I'm stuck in a contract with a publishing company that refuses to publish me. So definitely pray about that. I need to start doing that. Oh my gosh. So I'm doing Duolingo every day. I want to work on my book every day as well, because clearly I'm not using their edits and stuff. Oh, it really hurts and feels like you're being stabbed with a knife multiple times, the scorpion. Also, I live in Arizona and they're really common. I see one like every week. Oh my gosh, that's totally invalidating what I said. I'm so sorry. That sounds horrible. You're totally gonna develop some kind of like anxiety disorder now. Like, you know how people have like therapy? Agora, the thing when you're afraid of spiders and don't want to go out of your house, you're gonna develop something like that. I would go to therapy, honestly. That sounds like horrifying. I just missed a super chat. Lizzie, when I have kids, what do you think they will all be like? I am going to have Josh approve of my future wife. I don't know. It's so hard because when you have children, some children are like not at all like their parents, or there's one sibling who's kind of like the odd one out. Like I know in my family, I'm more like socially rambunctious and crazier than everyone else in my family. So like, and obviously I'm bipolar in my family. When I said crazy, I didn't mean like bipolar crazy, you know. But I know that yeah, I'm kind of like the odd one out a lot, which is sad. So I recommend having more than like 1 or 2 children, because then the siblings are more likely to be like each other and to feel understood and stuff. Oh my gosh, this is so good. You should make your book through a different company then. Yes. My best friend is going to law school right now. She's going into her 3rd year and wants to become a literary attorney. So she's actually using my situation as her senior project. I don't know if it's her senior project, but she's in her final year, you know? So she's using it as an opportunity for the class for like a negotiation thing. So she's gonna give me some advice through that. But I basically, like, it's my fault. Like, I don't want to interact with them because I had such a bad interaction that I, like, never want to talk to them again. So I've been, like, putting it off and not thinking about it. But eventually I need to. Do you think you're ever going to get an iPhone 11? No. I have an iPhone 7. And I keep my phones for a long time and I take care of them and I have them in a case so that it doesn't break, because I drop my phone every single day. So I have a case that doesn't break, and I actually have like a $10 case. I have it in my Amazon shop, but Android for life. I like having a smaller phone because it, like, I don't know, I feel like I can watch videos on it with just my hands. I can put it in my pocket. I can stick it in my bra if I'm gonna go work out. Like, it's easy to have around. And I would not want like a gigantic phone. I have an iPad. So if I want to like lay in bed and like watch something, like watch YouTube or like watch something while I'm cooking, I can just have my iPad. So I feel like because I have like a smaller iPad, I don't really want a big phone. The whole point of a phone is like for it to be, I will pray for your book project. Thank you. I wish I could donate $50, but I'm not allowed to donate money. Oh, why? Do you still want to pursue a career in clinical psychology? Yes. I think that after this year, like a year from now, I'm going to apply to programs and actually start doing that. But I need to get on that because once I have kids, that's going to take up like a huge portion of my time. So yeah, we'll just see. I need to be ambitious and like get stuff done, you know, and like improve my life. But oh my gosh, in my Enneagram video, I talk about how like it shares different traits, and there's one that's like, you're success oriented, you're ambition, you're doing more in your career, like you're trying to be the best. And I don't have those traits at all. That's not part of my personality. I'm very content just like creating videos and editing them and speaking and writing. I'm just really content doing my YouTube channel, and I don't need anything else to be happy and to feel joy and experience life. But then it's like, maybe God's given me talents that other people need, and I need to invest in this. So we'll see. So part of the problem is that I was in depression the end of college and I failed all these classes. I didn't even look at my GPA. I didn't even look at my last year of classes in my grades, because I was just like, I don't want to see it. Like, I didn't even know if I graduated until I got my diploma, because they let me walk and then I had to take another class, and I didn't even know if I had actually like officially graduated. I was horrified. because it's so embarrassing after doing so well in school and then suddenly doing so bad. So because of that, I don't think I would get into a program. Like, seriously. And I don't have letters of rec from professors because I was in depression and like failing their classes. So obviously, like, they didn't believe I had depression. They didn't believe I was bipolar. So they thought I was just being a horrible student. So, yeah. It sucks, but that's my situation. So it's like, even though I would do really well in the program and I would put in so much thought, and even though I am intellectual and really care, my experience at school makes it look like I literally don't care about academics and I'm a horrible student. So it really sucks. Like, it set me back, and it's like what's preventing me from trying to move forward in school. So, yeah. Have you had rhinoplasty? No. A lot of people think I've had a nose job. So this is what my nose looks like. It was naturally there. I haven't gotten any plastic surgery. I have fake nails and fake lashes, and what else is fake? Makeup is fake. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any plastic surgery though. Nope, not yet. I truly find it hard to believe you were in depression, considering when I first saw you, the classic Lizzie you knew with blonde hair. Yeah, I mean, everyone in my life didn't believe I had depression at first. I was actually talking about it. Guys, pray so much, please, because I have a really big interview on Monday with this, like, big, like, production company that would film a thing about bipolar. I might get cast, and I really want to get cast, so pray about that. Like, please pray and ask saints to intercede, because it would be so good. But during the first round of interview, they were asking me, like, we were just talking, and I was sharing how when I was in depression, a lot of people in my life, like, no one believed I had depression. It was so horrible. Like, my family, my friends, I, like, didn't even want to continue telling people I had depression because, like, I just thought they wouldn't believe me. Like, my best friends, some of them I didn't even tell. You'll get it for sure. You don't need much help. I'm so scared though. Like, I'll get so nervous. Like, usually I don't get rejected from that many things, but usually I'm not nervous in interviews because, like I was saying, I'm not that success driven of a person. I just kind of like get things sometimes and I'm happy. Like, I'm very content with my life. But sorry guys, it just, the stream kind of went away. Guys, thumbs up the video, like the video, we're trying to up. Sorry, the buffering was over. I think Africa is the future of the church. Edwin says, I'm going for a master's in physician assistant studies, so it will take the amount of time that you will take for your MA, MS in clinical psychology. I'd give you $10,000 to get your book published, Lizzie. Oh my gosh. The thing, $10,000. Just donate to my Patreon or my PayPal. You know, you don't need to do that. You've already hit the wall. Did I miss any? Did I miss any drama? Power failures, tripod tipping over, phone not charged. If your problem is with academics, get a BS in psychology from Capella University. What? Are all the Orthodox churches in communion with each other? So the answer is no. So there are the Oriental Orthodox churches which split off after the Council of Ephesus in the 6th century. So these churches include Coptic, Ethiopian, Eritrean, Syriac, and Armenian. So they split off and they're in communion with each other, I believe. Then there's the Eastern Orthodox Church that left in 1054 or 1089. 1054, 1089. I don't even know. Anyways, so then the Eastern Orthodox Church left, and then recently the Russian Orthodox Church like disfellowshipped. The rest of the Orthodox Church was wild. So Lizzie, I got hired at a restaurant this week and we open next week. We were training yesterday and today it's my first job. Oh, congratulations, Josh. 1054, not 1089. I think so. Wait. Someone was giving me advice. I will take it. 1054. Okay, why is 1089? Oh my gosh, guys, 1089 is in my head because it's a tax form that I do every year. A 1089. I would be so mad if I was doing a talk and I messed that up. That's one of the most like obvious things you learn in church history that you have to remember. Very orthodox of them to do that. Hello. I'm an actress and sometimes you don't get the part, but the director or producers will remember you for another part anyways. Good luck, praying for you. Ah, I hope so. That would be so cool. Lizzie, are you Italian or Irish? I don't know my ethnicity. I need to reach out to ancestry.com again. I really want to do a DNA test. I think you've got that tax form and Orthodox split mixed up before. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing, guys. Are there any official saints that you think aren't actually saints? Yes, there were some people who were saints who were actually like never existed. So I think that Pope Benedict XVI like got rid of some saints because that was being an issue at the time. Lizzie, would you ever give paintballing a try? No. People get really bad bruises, and guys, I bruise so easily. There's always bruises on my body, so it would just be like horrendous. It hurts, but it's fun. I hate guns too. Like, I hate guns so much. So, Saint Christopher, I doubt Paul VI is a saint personally. You guys are so mean. This is like before when you're calling people from the Amazon Synod not Christians. Now you're calling official saints not in heaven. Like, you guys are so mean. You just calm down. I don't understand this church's teaching on mortal sin. Are there varying degrees of it? Missing mass is considered a mortal sin, but it seems like it's not as bad as compared to killing. Yes it is. So if you intentionally, everything's on a spectrum. I was talking about bipolar disorder, different diagnoses, everything's on a spectrum. So my priest has described sin in the same way. So there's certain things that are a mortal sin category, but can only be a mortal sin if there is full knowledge of what it is, if you are intentionally doing the action, and you're not in a compromised mental state, like being drunk or in a manic episode or on drugs. So you have to have all of these criteria for it to be a mortal sin. So it can be something, just subscribed, yay, thank you. Also click the bell button next to the subscribe button. So with all of that being said, if you miss mass, it is just as bad as murder if your reason for not going to mass is you're like, I don't care about God at all. I hate the church. I think the church is wrong in telling me to not go to mass every week. I don't care if God is offended by me not having a relationship with him. I don't care about God at all. I'd rather sleep in and go get brunch with my friends than going to mass. If that is your attitude, it is just as bad. It's a mortal sin. So we do classify sins as different. I don't know if people would say it's that bad, but like, for example, there's different kinds of murder even in like legal cases. So if you accidental manslaughter, maybe missing mass is worse than that. So guys, help me out. Is every mortal sin the same if you can prove that there's like full intent and full knowledge and everything? The lag is so annoying, but I will wait for you guys. Yes, Lizzie? There's a name for it. Going to mass with a mortal sin on your mind adds yet another mortal sin. Lizzie, you are wonderful. Thanks for all you do for the doctrine of God. Missing Sunday mass is always a grave sin, not necessarily always a mortal sin. Oh, so grave versus mortal. Do you believe that it is possible to sell your soul to the devil? I don't know. Hola, Lizzie. Hola, ¿cómo está? Thank you for the good explanation, Lizzie. You're welcome. Lizzie, please pray for the little flower of Lisieux to be canonized in the Orthodox Church. Oh, that'd be so cool. It won't happen. I've heard holy water cleanses you of venial sins, which is awesome. Do you go to daily mass? No, maybe I should. Is it a sin to miss mass after confirmation? Yes, go to mass. Mass is the most important thing you can do during your week. And guess what? There's every single mass time possible. So there is Sunday night. There's Sunday morning at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., 6, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. Like, there are so many mass times where you live. It's possible, but it's like super unlikely that you physically could not make it to mass. Maybe if you're sick, you couldn't. But is it a sin if I work all day Sunday? You can go to mass on Saturday evening. Go to masstimes.org and they show you mass times all over your city. Whoever made that website, all mortal sin is grave sin, not all grave sin is moral. Oh. Lizzie, what are your hobbies? That's an interesting question. Thanks for the question, Keith. So I like playing guitar. I love creative writing, like writing poetry. I love listening to music. That's probably my biggest hobby, listening to music and analyzing the world or analyzing people. I'm in a relationship with my boyfriend, so I feel like that's a hobby because we do things together. I love hiking. I love working out every day. I love weight training, running. I have been watching some Pretty Little Liars because I used to watch it all the time. Like, it's the only TV show I've watched the entire TV show of. And so, I don't know why. I was just going back and watching some episodes because I've been doing like 14-hour work days and I just needed something to like get my brain undone, you know, to just chill. Sing some Catholic songs. What type of music do you like to listen to? So there is this artist who just came out with music. Wait, let me go to my computer. And I can show you guys. Okay, so there's this artist named Alexi Blue. Alexi is Alexi Blue. And Jackie Francois, I really, really love. She's a YouTuber too. Francois is Francois. Jackie Francois kind of thing. I love James Bay, Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, her song Lovely, and Ocean Eyes I really like. I love Camila Cabello. She has new songs, Liar and Shameless. Okay, Shameless is objectively a really, really good song. It's just about being so like raw and vulnerable in a relationship, and it's such a good like content for a song and a good song idea. I'm surprised, like shocked no one has done it before. Senorita has a bad message. Like, it's a good song, but it has a horrible message. It talks about having casual sex. Like, there's a line in it that I'm not even gonna say it because it's so explicit. And I like Samantha Harvey. She's a YouTuber. And Ally Brooke. I like the Chainsmokers. I like their songs Call You Mine and Takeaway. I really like BB Rexa. I love Cimarelli. The new Ed Sheeran album is really good. Never Really Over You by Katy Perry is good. I love Hillsong. I love Hillsong in Spanish too. Okay, that was like way too in depth, but you guys asked for the question. Do you still like Taylor Swift? Yes, I just didn't want to get all the negative comments about her being against Christianity, so I didn't bring it up. Do you think God is a Woman by Ariana affects God? I don't think God gets that like that emotionally hurt by stuff like that. Monica Lewinsky came to speak at my school on Thursday. I remember you talking about that. Did you go? Hey Lizzie, I'm in RCIA right now. However, I feel like I've lost the evangelistic spark I used to live for. It feels so much more complicated now. What do you think of this? I don't know. I would have to talk to you one-on-one. I don't even know what you mean. Guys, like the video, thumbs up the video. Sorry, I have no idea. Can you guys comment and answer that question? That she's lost the evangelistic spirit? I don't even know what that means. Ooh, have you taken down a video that you no longer agree with? Yes. What is the worst relationship advice you've given in the past? that you shouldn't be friends with guys, and that females and men cannot have platonic relationships. And I said that you should be careful how close you get to guys. Because at the time, I had something happen that was like a really horrible situation. Like, you can watch the video about it. I've chronicled every relationship I've ever been in. But yeah, I had this horrible thing happen, and then this mentor figure who's still in my life, she told me that, and then I like internalized it, and then later I'm like, I have guy friends who were not attracted to each other, and we can be really, really close with each other and have an amazing relationship. So, yeah. Okay, guys, at 1:20, I'm gonna go. You should do a reacting to your first video YouTube. Oh my gosh, I'm totally gonna do that. Reacting to your first YouTube video. I might actually film that right now, because I'm gonna film another video after this. I might film that video too. Would you ever give up secular music if it truly influences the unconscious, even when people outside of the church? I totally agree that it does. And I would give up over Lent, but I personally am really strong in myself and my virtues and my... I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not a hedonistic, impulsive person. So for me personally, it's not affecting me, if that makes sense. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm super deluded and egotistical and full of myself and grandiose to think that. But yeah, I personally don't feel that. I know as a teenager, I did not listen to secular music until I got older. And I actually made a video in college, like, is it okay to listen to secular music? Because I used to not at all during my formative years. And I think that's really important. I've talked about this in videos, but a lot of my friends who intended to not have sex, to only have sex in marriage, ended up having sex before marriage, and I didn't. And I think one of the reasons is because I didn't listen to secular music, and so I didn't have that like subliminal influence, because that's one of the most common things in music, right? Hookup culture. And me listening to secular music now has not led to me hooking up with my boyfriend. So that's so weird to say hooking up with your boyfriend, because usually hooking up is with people who you don't know very well. But have you ever been given... Oh, what else was I gonna say? Oh, so there's this YouTube band named Cimorelli, 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 and they're Catholic, and they cover a lot of songs, and they always change the lyrics if it's something sexual. So like, for example, when they were covering Style by Taylor Swift, I was rewatching their videos recently. Taylor Swift's lyrics are da 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 and a tight little skirt, and they changed it to da 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 and my favorite skirt. And they do that with like every single song, where they change the lyrics if it's talking about immodesty, premarital sex, curse words, like anything like that, they always change it. So I really, really like that they changed. I used to think it was weird when I was younger, like, come on, a lot of you are over 18, why are you still doing this? But now I view it as like the most amazing thing. And sometimes they get hate for it, but I think that it's really, really good. Also, talking about drugs or alcohol, they cut that out. So they're like so powerful in influencing all of their fans to be more virtuous. And their fan name is called the Sim Fam, which is really cool, because they're not like Simulators, but Sim Fam, because they're family. Who are they? Please type in. Am I able to type? I can't type. Here, I'm gonna go on my computer and type for you guys. I'll be right back. They're like one of my favorite bands ever. I've actually met them several times. There we go. Cimorelli. Go look them up. Oh, it has like a queen heart on mine. That's so cute. I love Gregorian chant. Lizzie, just stick with the Gregorian chant. I really like a lot of secular music, but I hate the sexual themes. Yeah, it's really sad. So just listen to Cimorelli, because they cover the songs, but they put purity in the lyrics. So goodbye, Lizzie. Bye. Good night. I'm going to be on here for 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to go too. What do you think about St. James the Moorslayer? Never heard of him. You should read The Elder Peusis. Should make a current list of all your bands. Tweet at Lizzie. Oh, I should make a playlist on Spotify. I'll help get your questions answered. Do you believe that St. Christopher existed? Yes. Did he not exist? You should check out the YouTuber, that one Catholic girl. On Friday night, she has a live stream. I've been there the past 2 weeks in the live stream, and you haven't. I love her videos. Do you believe that St. Christopher existed? I just answered that. You started to read my question but didn't finish? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. I can't find your question. Can you comment it again? Lizzie, you said at 1:20 you will go. Where are you from? I'm going at like when it's been an hour and 20 minutes. Where are you from? So I grew up all over the country, but I was born in Kentucky. I lived there for 2 weeks because my parents were missionaries in Russia. So they came back to America for me to be born, and then I got my passport and I went back to St. Petersburg with them. And then we moved back to the States when I was 3, and we lived in Ohio for 5 years, Indiana for 5 years, Florida for 5 years, and then I've lived in California the past 6 years. So, do your parents think you are going to hell? I don't think so. How do I get involved with Focus? I have the email of the producer if you want it. Do they call it a producer? Do you think it's better to throw away meat if no one else is going to eat it, or just eat it? I don't know. It's been an hour and 53 minutes, LOL. Nuh-uh. It's been 117 minutes. Lizzie, you should be a band. The band will be called Answer. Answers. When are you getting married? In like less than 2 years. Actually, I don't know. See, we have to talk to Trevor about this. You should go hit him up. Have you ever taken a psychological test from your doctor for bipolar? Do you think they're more accurate than an interview? I think that they're definitely more accurate, but they're so much more expensive. So, do you think you'll reach 500K someday? What's it like to be a YouTube boss? I don't know. We'll have to see. Thanks, John. Kentucky got an indoor paintball place, unlike here in the Bay Area. You're gonna hit him up? Oh my gosh. He's gonna be so mad at me. Do you like me? What if Jesus comes back right now? That should get everyone to question their life. Tips on going to therapy for the first time. I'm nervous to go for my daily anxiety. Quick question, how do people become moderators? I make you a moderator. I just made you a moderator. No to Catholicism, yes to the way of Jesus. Do you want to go out with Jesus? I want to hang out with Jesus for sure in heaven every day. Catholicism is the only way of Jesus, bud. Make a mod. Kiki, it involves a blood oath. Hey, hi. Can I be a moderator? Oh, you're not a moderator? A monitor? A monitor? A moderator? Hi, Lizzie. I enjoy all your videos. Hi. I'm so happy. Thank you for always being here. The way of Jesus is Catholicism. What time is it? It is 9:13. My friend is confirmed, but believes that God doesn't exist. Weird. Make me a moderator. Add moderator. Thank you guys for wanting to be moderators, because it really helps, because obviously not everyone is here for every live stream. 12:13 a.m. Yeah, what time is it where all of you are? Demoderator, can you, oh my gosh, you guys are commenting so fast. Can you pray for me still in depression? Yes. Us moderators have to do extreme trials by jumping through fire hoops and doing bishop. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. You make me laugh so much. 9:13, 3:13 p.m., 12:13 on the East Coast, 12:13 Central Time. Baby Jesus or grown-up Jesus? LOL, 100 Hail Marys. By the way, I meant earlier that Catholicism feels so much more complicated to share with others. Oh, I feel like I can't evangelize as much because there's so much to explain. It makes me wonder if Jesus meant it to be like this. Okay, I'm about to go, but this is a really important topic. So, Christianity used to be one church, and everyone grew up in that church, and it was the Catholic and Orthodox Church. And it had the saints, it had statues, it had church art, it had the Catholic Church oral tradition and the Bible. Everyone for like all of Christianity believed in all of that and knew all of that. There wasn't any stigma. And then when the Protestant Reformation happened, people began to not understand the original Christianity. There began to be so much stigma, lies spread about it. People didn't understand the faith that had existed from the very, very, very beginning. And so now it's so complicated to evangelize because of the Protestant heresy. Before that, it was so easy to talk about the faith because everyone grew up in this Christian culture and they knew about these things and they didn't believe these lies. I hope that really, really helps, because I think that Catholicism gets a lot of flack for, even more than the Orthodox Church, for being too technical. But the reason Aquinas and stuff has become so technical is because of heresies through the years. So that's something else. So the church has been around for 2,000 years. There have been dozens of heresies and heretics. Protestantism isn't that crazy compared to a lot of things, you know? And so we've had to explain things in more and more and more depth to deal with those heretics. So that's why it seems at this point, 2,000 years on, like so much of a gospel, because we've had to explain it in depth to everyone. So Jesus did mean it to be this way. He didn't mean for there to be heresies in Protestantism. That was not in his plan. So I'm exhausted, guys. I'm gonna go film a video reacting to my first YouTube video, okay? I'm also gonna do a series where I tried no clickbait for a week. So I'll make 3 videos that week that are not clickbait and are like really easy videos, like cooking kale, or, you know. I haven't watched your celibate priest video yet. Yay, go watch it. It is a 2-part series. Oh yeah, thanks for taking my idea. Yeah, Kiki. How do Protestants believe in Jesus' miracles happen literally, but not the Eucharist, real presence of Christ? Okay, guys, I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go. Finally, like and thumbs up the video. I love you guys so much. Can you play on your guitar at my reception? Oh, I would have to do so much practice. You too, John Mitt. Good night. Good night. Do a bunch of reacting to old videos. Okay, I actually want to do a video reacting. I'm gonna do this someday. Reacting to my videos as my bipolar came out gradually, looking back at my past videos. Because I have a video when I was getting into depression talking about how like I feel really sick and I've been exhausted. That's why I didn't make a video this week. I don't know what it is. And like looking back, talking about things that at the time were manic episodes. So yeah. Good night, Roshio. I asked because I took a psych test and it came back negative for bipolar, but my first doctor's opinion was that I had bipolar. I don't know. That's an interesting scenario. Okay, I love all of you so much. Make sure to turn on the bell next to the subscribe button so that your notifications are turned on. Thank you all for supporting me and hanging out with me on Saturday night. I hope we all can go to Mass tomorrow and be reading the same prayers, the same Bible verses, and all worshiping God together along with everyone else in heaven. I love you so much. Bye.